More coverage of this year's King of the Can, racing action from Bethel Motor Speedway, Jason Tuttle talks with Jimmy Zacharias and Nick Petrilak, Gina Livingston-Nolet continues her look at Square Deal Riders, and meet the new promoter of kart racing at Champion Speedway. All that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. This year's King of the Can weekend at Penn Can Speedway had far more action than we had time for in last week's show. We begin this week with a driver who's gone from rookie to track champion in just one season. Here's Jason Tuttle.
Hi Ron, we're down here with Jimmy Zacharias down at Penn Can for the King of the Can. And Jimmy's had a pretty impressive year this year on dirt. Most people know him as more of an asphalt driver than a dirt driver, but he has definitely proven that he can do both.
Yeah, not bad for a rookie, I guess. It was a tough decision to make this transition full-time this year instead of going asphalt, which I know and knew I could succeed at. And we kind of threw ourselves a curveball this year to try something different and see if we could succeed at this as well.
What tracks have we been running this year?
I ran Thunder Mountain and Outlaw on a regular basis. Outlaw started out real well, got a win and was leading the points about 5/8 of the way through the year, and then ended up on my lid and had a couple more bad weeks, so that kind of took us out there. And Thunder Mountain was real well for us. We had strong runs at the beginning of the season, then we had a couple bad nights and we fell back in points, and then we climbed back up on top.
You ran here last night. How'd you make out last night?
We were real good in practice in the heat race. The feature, we were good for about 3 or 4 laps and then kind of fell off. I misread what the track was going to do and didn't realize it was going to slick off that bad last night, and kind of didn't go enough for what the track conditions were. So hopefully we got a better read for it tonight.
Do you have any plans for next year as far as either asphalt or dirt, or?
I'd be lying to you if I told you. I really haven't even thought about it. Just trying to finish out this year strong, try to get a couple more wins and see if we can add to those. But I don't really know. I live every day by the seat of my pants. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, honestly. So next year is definitely still a toss-up. I still got some asphalt cars. I'm working on a couple more things with the asphalt side to see if something happens there. Working on some things on the dirt side to see if something bigger is going to happen there. So, I mean, right now it's in full swing to see which way we're going to land, but either way, I'm happy with it.
Now, you did run one asphalt race this year, and one of the biggest ones around, correct?
Yeah, we decided to load up the asphalt car 2 weeks ago and go to Lake Erie for the Race of Champions 250. I kind of did it just to prove a point that, you know, I can still run asphalt when I want to. I didn't leave asphalt because I couldn't do it no more and I couldn't win. And that's what a lot of people were saying. So it kind of gave me motivation to go back there and show them that I could still kick their asses there a little bit. And we ran real well for our first time out. The car has been sitting all year. I think we time trialed fifth fastest, ran top 3 all day, and then kind of were battling for the win with Maddie there with 25 to go. And we were coming up the lap, a couple cars, and they decided they needed a caution, so they pitted for fresher tires and kind of just got beat by fresher tires at the end, so we ended up with a 4th.
Any sponsors or anything you'd want to say thank you to?
Yeah, you know, this year wouldn't have been really possible without them. Elmira Heat Treating and the Youngs family, they came on big time this year and kind of backed me and gave me that extra to keep going to make my program better and got me what I needed to compete with these guys that have $15,000 crate cars. As you can see, we started out with a $5,000 crate car and we're winning races, but then we brought out the new car that kind of just got slowly put together, and they helped me out a ton with that. And Mid-State Basement Authorities, they helped me out a ton with that NASCAR K&N deal I had at the beginning of the year, and then they helped me out throughout the year. And Velociter Racewear, Parker Evans Race Shocks, Praxair. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but just basically my grandfather and my parents, and actually the guy that owns this car, Mike Bolin. He doesn't like to be shown a lot, but he actually owns this car. I just drive it for him, and then I got my right-hand man, Cody, who comes with me all the time and busts his ass for me. So that's it.
All right, Ron, back to you.
Here's a look at Saturday night's Grit Sportsman action. Craig Hawley makes the call.
Green means go, and they do it down the front straightaway. Corey Cormier in the 20. Mike Shane in the M16. They negotiate through 1 and 2. Corey Cormier in the number 20 out front, setting the pace and showing the way. Hang on, middle of the pack. We got the 52 Brandon Fritsch. Look at A.J. Miller. He is making that car go anywhere. Will Shields in the number 3 spot. He has a big bad push over at turn 4. Gets it straightened up. The M16 of Mike Shane leads him down the back into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to ride on the corner, puts down lap number 3. Back on it, back underway, down to turn 1 they ride it. Corey Cormier up on the outside, gonna muscle around him. New race leader, Corey Cormier. Shane, Drogow, Miller, Shields. 10 to go. Good start by Mike Shane, the M16. Cormier gonna battle it out in turn number 1. He's gonna push up the speedway, opens the door for Shane. A.J. Miller's been good on restarts. Watch Mikey Nagel up to the outside, all the way up to the top shelf. Corey Cormier had it into turn 1. Gonna make it stick off a 2. It's gonna work for him that time. He'll take the lead solidly into turn 3. White flag in the sky one more time. Around a 3/8 mile for Corey Cormier. Mike Shane, A.J. Miller, Mike Nagel Jr., and Tom Collins. Backstretch reride. Final time off turn number 4. Corey Cormier picks up the win. Shane for 2, Miller 3, Nagel 4, Collins 5.
Nick Petrilak started the King of the Can weekend with a $500 payday in Friday's modified Dash for Cash.
We're going to talk to Nick about his season and a real close point race this year. A little devastating from what I understand. You led most of the season.
Yeah, we had a real good year. There's nothing to be disappointed about. Came up 1 point short on the last night of racing. We ended up with a flat tire towards the end that really hindered our position. But nothing to be upset about. Car was fast. We have a good car. And just ready to move forward on it and looking forward to tonight's race.
I see you had a pretty good run last night in the Dash for Cash.
Yeah, car was good. We wanted to come up and do a little bit of practice with it. Get some practice laps in. The Dash for Cash was a little bit of a bonus to be here. And car went well on all 3, the Dash for Cash, both practices. So tried some different things. Car's quick again tonight. We're going to have to start a little bit further back than we'd like, but that's not going to be an issue.
I want to talk a little bit about the racing down here at Penn Can. We've seen a lot of it on the race report, and it looks like it's a real good track to be running and a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. I think any of the guys who've been running here all year are as well. Chad and Kristen put a real lot of effort into the place. We all tried to get behind them as much as we could, and I think he's got a real good thing going here, and hopefully it picks up. People will start to notice because he's done a real nice job. He listens to the racers, helps us out where he can, and I guess it's the biggest thing that racers want is someone that'll listen. He listens, and he's always putting his best foot forward. So that's something that you don't really think about a lot, but it means something to the racers.
Oh, absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about your sponsors and the people that help you out at the track?
Yeah, last night we won the Dash for Cash. That was sponsored by Magical Markers, which ironically is he's the one who wraps our car. He does does a lot for me. Sleepy Hollow Turf Equipment, Sleepy Hollow Golf Course, Stefersky's Napa Auto Parts, Gardner's Wild Game Processing. So just real good night, and I think we're looking forward to the feature, and I think we got something for them.
What about social media? Got anything that people can find you on social media?
I'm just on Facebook myself. That's it. Nothing like no racing page or none of that. Just Nick Petrilak on Facebook. So that's where I'm at.
Also in action at King of the Can weekend were the wingless sprint cars. Back to Craig Hawley.
The 14 of Coleman Gulick sets the pace, pulling away down the backstretch. That's Thomas Radovoy on the inside in the 1Q, the driver out of Circleville, New York. Radovoy hanging right there with the 14 of Coleman Gulick. Look at this, you got a 410 in Coleman Gulick, a 360 in Thomas Radovoy. They are neck and neck into turn one. Look at the different lines that are being used between the 14 of Gulick and the 1Q of Radovoy. Coleman Gulick high, ride, and handsome. Radovoy on the inside trying to chase him down. This one is far from over as Gulick pushes up the speedway a little bit. Coleman Gulick continuing to set the pace, and it's a torrid one. Crosses the straight this time to be 27-3 for Coleman Gulick. Thomas Radovoy, Parker Evans, your top three. Problems over in turn number one. 27 down, 3 to go. Green flag out, we're back racing. Thomas Radovoy on the accelerator, and down to turn number one he goes. 27 in and 3 remain. Radovoy develops a big bad push over there. That's going to open the door. Radovoy out front, car number 1Q. Running second to 17 of Crawl. Jeff Shaw right there in the number 2 spot as they ride it into 3 and 4. It's Radovoy. He sees the white flag. One more time around the speedway for the 1Q of Thomas Radovoy. Into the turn number 1 and 2. Radovoy sets the pace, opening up a commanding lead over the second place running Jeff Shaw. Checkered flag in the air. Thomas Radovoy picks up the win. Jeff Shaw is second.
When we return, Gina Livingston-Nolet continues her coverage of Square Deal Riders in Harpersville.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
98.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's #1 for new country. That means more Luke. I can't move when you move. More Carrie. Now I'll have to hang you out to try. More Jason. Come on, everybody scream. More Keith. Looks good on the sky. More Blake. Glenn and Tracy in the morning, Binghamton's #1 for new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Endwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network? Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. For 2019, Gina Livingston-Nolet will be bringing us coverage of the AMA action at Square Deal Riders in Harpersville, and she got a jump on next season at their recent season finale.
Hi, this is Gina here at Square Deal Riders for Race Report, and I have an interview with Jon Lutzen. Not only is Jon a rider, he also sponsors other riders with his equipment. So, Jon, what's more exciting, watching the kids ride or you riding?
I don't know. I think it's getting more exciting watching the kids ride. I get the jitters more with them than I do myself now, so it's great to be able to run here myself and put some other kids on these fast bikes and watch them do well.
Yeah, now what class do you ride in?
I'm running the 50-plus senior class, and that's really competitive right now, so I'm having a challenge with that.
Yeah, now you also, tell us who you're sponsoring tonight.
We got Christopher Levinus on a Rotax, we got Garrett Wilson running a Rotax, and we also have, for the first time, Travis Friend riding Open Amateur on a Rotax. So we got 3 guys running tonight, so I'm going to have a busy night.
Now, they all did good in their heats now, didn't they?
Yes, they did quite well. Garrett got a good start. I think they should all be up in the front row for the finals. This will be interesting, and especially Travis to see how he does in the main.
Now, what do you like best about racing flat track?
I don't know. You know, I think it's the people. Any flat tracker will just give the shirt off their back for anybody, and just we help each other a lot. And you know, it's just the family atmosphere here. I think we're all like family. So I think just a all-around good sport that we can all do and have a good time.
Now, on a somber note, you've sponsored 2 riders that are no longer with us, and I'd like to give you the opportunity to tell us about those 2 riders.
Yeah, I mean, this Rotax here was originally built for Jamison Minor, and that's why we have the 27U on this machine here that Jamison rode. First time on it, he won the Open Pro feature, if you all remember, and we'll never forget that, Jamison Minor. Gary Conklin also is no longer with us, that I supported him, and he was a fearless rider, and it was really good to see him out there. So, you know, we're going to miss both of them as well as Kyle McGrain, and, you know, I think the memorial races that we're having here are really touch everybody's heart in a big way.
Now, thank you very much, and I know that means a lot to you because you really cared for those boys a lot. Yes, and now what's your favorite thing about Square Deal and sponsoring these younger guys?
I don't know, it's just the excitement. I mean, I just get an adrenaline rush on my way up here with my trailer filled with bikes for 3 kids to ride, and you know, it just makes my night all that much more fun to watch these younger guys out there on these fast bikes. And you know, if it comes to the time where I can't run anymore, I'll still bring a trailer full of bikes up here and put these kids on them and have a great time.
Now, if somebody's never been to a flat track race, what would you tell them to get them up here to watch?
I think, I think Christopher Levinus and Jay Maloney are 2 real fast guys. I think watching the Facebook messaging and everything, and Jay Maloney's pictures, really happy to support him. Kind of doing that for Scott Miner as well. We, you know, after Jamison passed, we said, you know, let's get somebody on here. And Jay, being very close to Jamison, I think was a good choice to put on this bike. And it's great to see him out there. And Christopher Levinus, give him a chance to get on the Rotax as well and have fun.
Yeah, and it's also nice when you have your guys on the podium. I just love watching it. Now, do you have any sponsors?
Honestly, I don't. I'm just kind of in this on my own, and it's a hobby. You know, I love to tinker with these bikes, and I think we've got these Rotaxes running pretty darn good with these guys getting on the podium. We've had a lot of good podium finishes all season, so that makes my season all the more successful to just get these guys out there get them on the podium. Very exciting. So what a great season.
That's great. Now, and what kind of social media, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and maybe help you out with some of these sponsored younger riders, where would they get a hold of you?
Well, I am on Facebook. Don't have my photo up yet. I'm kind of green with it, but I'm on there. Jon Lutzen 676 at yahoo.com, but you can find me on Facebook and just see a lot of good stuff about this track. And this is one of the best clubs, best game in town to come up here, and I think everybody will say the same about this club. Such a great place.
Well, thank you so much, John, and good luck tonight, and good luck to all your boys. I hope you guys do great because I love them all.
Yeah, they're great, and thank you so much, Gina. Let's sit back and watch the show and watch these guys get out there in these mains and have a good night.
Todd Jones is the new promoter of the kart racing program at Champion Speedway in Owego. Dean Catlin joins the Race Report's broadcast team with his first interview.
All right, we're back here at Champion Speedway talking to kart promoter Todd Jones. He's running the kart and motor program down here. Todd, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
So what do you think of the track, and what do you think of the weather, and what's going on? Looks like you got trying to get through adversity to get this day in. You think it's going to happen?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to happen. We're working on the track right now. Got some rain. Track got slimy. We're hoping we can get it fixed.
What do you got going on in the future down here at Champion Speedway?
I am actually looking at building a regular kart track just for karts down here. Based roughly about a 5-mile track. As next year, running Friday nights, going full season next year. Hopefully we can draw the karts in. So
we're looking to have a good time here today. At least get on and turn some laps, Chad. Appreciate you inviting the mower guys down and the kart guys. And hopefully this you're going to have a good season, and maybe you can get through and have one more race this year. What do you think?
Well, I'm hoping to at least get another race in if I can.
Yeah, any website or social media for these?
You can check us out at our Facebook page, which is Champion Speedway Kart Racing. And that's the only social media web page we got right now.
Okay, Todd, thank you much. Back to you, Ron.
Last Saturday's event was rained out, and the forecast for this weekend isn't looking very good. For hour-to-hour updates, check with Champion Kart Racing on Facebook or the Race Report TV on Facebook and Twitter. And the other interviews that Dean did last weekend will air here on the Race Report very soon. Still to come, racing action from the Catskill Clash at Bethel Motor Speedway.
You're watching the Race Report on Fox 40.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
Welcome back to the Race Report. We take you now to Bethel Motor Speedway and action from last week's Catskill Clash. Sharing the microphones are Fred Milheron along with Andy and Thomas Crane.
Green flag is out and we are underway.
And it is Wilbur out in front as they head into 1 and 2. Welsh and White with them on the outside. Brian Barenfine, and here comes Kevin Skelly moving up to fourth as he gets by Corey Stanton. Goes to the outside. He'll be side by side with Barenfine. Wilbur still out in front.
Josh Wilbur showing the way, and I'll tell you, when I made my way through the pit area, remember Brian Bauernfein and Kevin Skelly got together in the heat race. Well, they were laughing with each other, so I guess whatever happened out on the racetrack was forgotten about, but they kind of seem to find each other when they're out racing right now, side by side through 1 and 2.
Kyle Welsh looks inside, but Skelly now trying to get around Josh Wilbur on the outside. Gives the opening for Kyle Welsh to get back to the inside spot. They head down into 3 and 4. Skelly again trying to bring it up and around the 12 car of Wilbur.
3-car fight for the top spot as now Wilbur knows that Skelly is there. They are side by side for spot number 1 as here comes Kyle Welch now in spot number 3. The contact between the top 2 cars as they are side by side still for the top spot with lap traffic right in front of them.
And let's see if Kevin Skelly uses the lap traffic. And makes contact, goes around, and Skelly is going to continue the race in reverse.
The white flag coming out this time by Kyle Welch, going to try to find one more pass in him as he knows time is running out. Quarter mile left to go. Skelly down the back straightaway for the final time. And the twin checkered flag set to fly, and Kevin Skelly will take the win. Second, Kyle Welch.
Racing trivia continues this Monday night at the California Grill, 912 Vestal Parkway East in Vestal. Join us for a night of fun, food, and friends. Trivia starts at 7:30, but come early and enjoy their delicious menu. This week's bonus answer is Champion Speedway. With Halloween just days away, there are 2 stops you'll want to make with your little ghosts and princesses. On Sunday night, the Nimmonsburg Unitas Methodist Church will host a trunk or treat from 4 until 6 p.m. That event will be held rain or shine. The church is located across from SUNY Broome College. On Wednesday, October 31st, the Maine American Legion on Route 26 in Maine will host their annual trunk or treat from 5 until 8:30 p.m. Racing action from Penn Can Speedway, Bethel Motor Speedway, Skyline Raceway Park, and the Chemung Speedrome are available at theracereport.tv, and it's not too soon to start ordering stocking stuffers for the race fans in your life. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
It's Petrilak, Malcolm, Hartnett, Colston, Loney, Hunsinger, and Cole. Final time up the backstretch in the quarter number 3 and 4. White flag, 1 3/8 of a mile to go for Nick Petrilak. He came oh so close to being your 2018 track champion. And this is a little redemption as he rides up the backstretch for the final time. In the quarter number 3 and 4, the Chinchillas. The magic markers of Chinchillas. $500 dash for cash winner is Nick Petrilak.